Hi guys, welcome along. What a cracking day's racing we had in Royal Ascot. We're here to preview day three. Feature race of day three, of course, is the feature race of the week. It's the Gold Cup. Before that, we'll just take a little recap of day two action. We started with the Queen Mary. Quick Susie, I said last night, I was fairly sweet in this filly each way. Oh man, did she deliver. Gary Carr gave her a great ride. Slipstream Johnny Velasquez on the American rider. And lovely draw. Gavin Cromwell, what a training performance. Man trains champion hurdle winners and then comes on and trains a 2-year-old sprint winner. Fantastic result. Our other each way selection in the race, Get Ahead, finished sixth from a very, very poor draw for Clive Cox and Adam Kirby. Definitely one for the notebook, one for the next day. So remember that name, Get Ahead. But it was all about Quick Susie today. Advised last night at 14 to 1, 12 to 1, and ended up, I think, 9 to 1 or 10 to 1 SP. So what a performance. The second race on the car was the Queen's Vase. Went away for Charlie Appleby and Will Buick. Camira, our selection, Wordsworth was second. I think with a truer pace throughout the race. I think we definitely would have bothered the winner. If not, we might have got the win. So definitely a horse though to look forward to for the next day, Wordsworth from the Aidan O'Brien yard. That brought us to the Duke of Cambridgeshire. The two that we were talking about last night, Queen Power and Lady Borthorpe, they fought out a finish, but it was a second and third. Frankie Dettori came up the near side rail on Indie Angel for trainer John Gosden and was a very, very good winner. Queen Power finished third for us. Again, finishing Lady Borthorpe was second, but a great result again there. The feature race was the Prince of Wales, and what can I say? It was all about love. I thought our only danger was Lord North. He was a non-runner. It was still a very competitive race, and I liked the second mare's performance. She was a winner of the the Fillies Breeders' Cup last year in Keeneland there for James Franshaw. And but Ryan Moore dictated. He wasn't messing about. He rode a beautiful race. I can't wait to see where she goes next. She's an absolute superstar, and she was 6-4 today, and that was even with Lord North gone. So a tremendous bit of value with the price there. But look, as a racing fan, I was just delighted to see her win. She's a fantastic mare. That brought us to one of the big handicaps, the Royal Hunt Cup. I had only one selection this 30 runners, 50 to 1 last night, 66 to 1 this morning. Uzo for Richard Hannon finished fourth. Great run. He had a lovely draw, and definitely was delighted with that run there at a massive price. And then that brought us to the last race, where our declared interest was our selection in this race. It was the Kensington Palace Stakes. It was over 7 furlongs for fillies and mares. And we finished fourth, so another cracking 12 to 1 each way selection. So hopefully we put a few of those in the mix together at each way, accums, doubles and trebles. But all in all, it was a great day. It was a great day's racing. But that's day two. We're on to day three, the race of the week. The Gold Cup is the feature, as I said, not only of day three, but of the week. But before all that, we have a couple of races to take a look at. Again, 2:30 start. It's the Norfolk Stakes over 5 furlongs, 2-year-old race. 16 runners line up here. Another cracking juvenile race. Look, Wesley Ward, he hasn't had a winner yet. He very, very rarely leaves without a winner. Some of these horses have run fantastic. And the one with Johnny Velasquez on board here, Lukey. Johnny Velasquez on board, as I said, he was on board not this time, son, when he on his only start in Belmont over the distance. Was a very, very impressive winner that day. Apparently there's going to be rain overnight, and the whispers are he won't mind the rain. So 5 to 1, he was 7s earlier on. I think this could get Wesley Ward, off to a winning start on day three. One that could run well then at a price is from the Michael O'Callaghan yard, Twilight Jet. Now this son of Twilight Sun, he was a very, very expensive purchase from the breeze ups, 210,000 sterling. But he was well supported on debut. He ran that day. He finished third. I'd say the team were disappointed, but he went on to finish third in the Group 3 in the Curragh. And then he really showed what this horse's ability is. He bolted up in a Tipperary maiden. Now, albeit it probably wasn't the strongest contest, but he has got his head in front. He has plenty of experience. He has a decent enough draw. And look, at 20-1, it could be a little bit of a fun each-way selection. The second race on the card is the Hampton Court Stakes. It's for 3-year-olds only. It's a Group 3. It's a mile 1. Roger Varian teams up here with Andrea Azzini, moving time. Now, he was second in a novice race in Newcastle, but the winner has been a winner of 3 out of 4, and including a UAE Derby. So he was second to a very decent horse at Charlie Appleby's. He was then second again in a novice race in Newcastle, and that winner has also gone on to win again since. His first start as a 3-year-old was winning a Newmarket maiden, and he absolutely bolted up. He was 4.5 lengths. Now it's a big step up, winning a maiden into a group race. But the horse he beat that day was a horse called Cameri. He sounds familiar because he just won the Queen's Vase, and so that's a useful piece of form. So he gets my vote here. Moving time for Andrea Azzini and Roger Varian. That brings us to the Ribblesdale Stakes. It's for fillies. It's a Group 2. It's over mile 3, and it's for 3-year-olds. 13 runners line up here. A bit of a one I think might run well at a price. Well drawn. Johnny Murtagh's Annerville. She's about 25-1 at the minute. Ben Cohen, he's a sensation at the minute. He had a very good debut, and then was a very good winner of a Leopardstown maiden, and the second horse for Maiden O'Brien has gone on to win since. So I think it could outrun its odds at 25-1. And that brings us to the feature race, the Gold Cup. It's over 2 miles 3, and all eyes are going to be on Stradivarius here. He's winning, or he's trying to emulate Giant Yates with 4 Gold Cups. And then, who knows, maybe go on and win 5. I think he's going to be super hard to beat. He's around even money at the minute. Yeah, look, as a racing fan, I just want him to win here. It's going to be a tough ask. We've 13 runners lined up here, but I think he gets the job done. And no matter how he gets the job done, I think we should just appreciate how good of a horse this is. Of course, Frankie Dettori on board. One that could run well at a price is Santiago for Aidan O'Brien with Jamie Heffernan on board. He was a winner of the Queen's Vase last year and was on good to soft ground, so if the rain comes in overnight, it won't be an issue. He's around 20-1. After that run in the Queen's Vase, he went on to win an Irish Derby, so he has got a bit of class as well. And then he was third to Stradivarius. He was very well supported that day. I think they thought they were going to maybe even turn him over that day, but he finished third in the Goodwood Gold Cup. But he was only beaten 2 1/4 lengths, so he doesn't have a whole bridge the gap. He needs to come on from his 2 runs this year, but I think he's a worthy adversary and could be there to pick up the pieces at 20-1. One that might run well at a price is the Forgotten Horse. He was second to Nia Road for he's a massive price. Now his runs this year have been absolutely head scratching, really. But if he comes back to his form last year, he was kind of the only one that was chasing around Stradivarius last year. But for me, Stradivarius for the win, Santiago each way. That brings us to one of the big handicaps of the meeting, the Britannia. It's over a mile. It's a 3-year-old handicap. It's the 5 o'clock. We have 30 runners lining up here. There's 2 here that I might take a look at each way. Where am I? Long Guy for Richard Hannon and Pat Dobbs. He's a big price at the minute I think he's around 25 to 1. And there's one for Willie Haggis as well, a very interesting runner, Dubai Honor. He won. He was a very good winner of a novice race at Haydock last year, and he was too keen in York in a nursery. William Haggis, he loves to place his horse very well. He didn't run him since. He didn't run him yet this year, so it could be kind of a race they might be planning out for him. Of course, Tom Marquand, what a rider he is. So yeah, he could be a one to run well at a price as well. So Dubai Honor each way and Long Guy each way. The 5:35 then is the King George Stakes. It's over a mile 3. It's for 3-year-olds only. It's a handicap. And the Mark Johnson trained Kondo Isami, I'm probably pronouncing that totally wrong, in the hands of Ben Curtis. He's around 14 to 1. He's only ran 5 times, but he's won 2 of those 5, and he was either second or third in the other 2 or the other 3 times. He won a very competitive handicap at York over the distance before finishing second to a stablemate over 1 mile 6 at Doncaster. It's very interesting. He's coming back to 1 mile 3 where he'll be comfortable with. The race he won in York, the second went on to bolt up since. So yeah, at 14 to 1, he's got a decent enough draw too. I don't think the draw is going to make much of an issue though. And Mark Johnson's horses are starting to hit a bit of form at the minute, so definitely one for the each way players. The last race on the card then is the Buckingham Palace Stakes. It's a 7 furlong handicap again for 3-year-olds. There is again 30 runners lining up here. Nothing really catches my eye here, so it's a race I've just decided to watch. There's one from the William Haggis yard with Jim Crowley on board, Aladari. He's a former course and distance winner and a good draw, so he'd be the one that I get my vote here each way. Again, super looking forward to day 3's action. The Gold Cup, of course, Stradivarius. As a racing fan, we all just want to see him win 4 Gold Cups. John Yates up there, and again, the 2-year-old races. Really looking forward to those, and hopefully we see something special, guys. We had a fantastic day 2. Hopefully we can carry forward to day 3. But again, hit the like button, subscribe, share it out. Appreciate all the support, and I will talk to you again very soon. Cheers, guys.